Power. It shapes empires, topples leaders, wins battles, and seduces nations. Yet it also governs the invisible rules of your daily life, in the office, at the dinner table, in friendships and rivalries. Whether we admit it or not, every human interaction involves power. Some use it wisely, some recklessly. Some lose it without ever realizing they had it. Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power is not a gentle self-help guide. It is a survival manual. It reveals timeless strategies drawn from the ruthless courts of kings and queens, the political maneuvers of Machiavelli, the psychological warfare of generals, and the cunning charm of con artists. But here's the warning Greene himself gives: these laws are dangerous tools. Handle them carelessly, and you might destroy yourself. Handle them wisely, and they become armor, sword, and shield in a world where power is the ultimate currency. In the next 3 hours, we will distill every one of the 48 laws. With sharp historical stories, lessons you can apply today, and the reversals you must beware of. Now hit the subscribe button and let's begin. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Imagine yourself in a royal court. You are brilliant, talented, and quick-witted. But your king feels threatened. He sees your intelligence not as loyalty, but as competition. In envy, he casts you aside. This is the danger of outshining the master. Always make those above you feel superior. If you display too much brilliance, you trigger their insecurity. Instead, let your light shine indirectly, subtly, so your master basks in reflected glory while you remain safe in the shadows. Takeaway: praise superiors, disguise your full strength, and remember, the higher you climb, the more dangerous it is to reveal your brilliance. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies. Friends can betray you out of envy, familiarity, or shifting loyalty. Strangely, a former enemy is often more reliable, because they have something to prove. Example: Emperor Michael III of Byzantium appointed his friend as a commander. The friend turned against him. Contrast that with Abraham Lincoln, who appointed his fiercest rivals to his cabinet, and they served with commitment, because their reputations depended on it. Takeaway: don't rely blindly on friends. Test loyalty. And remember, an enemy-turned-ally is often the strongest shield. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. If people know your plans, they can resist them. Keep your goals hidden, and misdirect others with decoys. Example: Otto von Bismarck, the Prussian statesman, often misled rivals about his political goals. By hiding his true intentions, he unified Germany under everyone's nose. Takeaway: mystery gives you the upper hand. Speak less, reveal little, and let others act without seeing your true design. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Silence is intimidating. The more words you use, the more calming you appear. A well-timed pause or a cryptic remark creates mystery and authority. Example: Louis XIV, the Sun King of France, often sat in silence, letting courtiers interpret his smallest gestures. They projected meaning onto his quietness, magnifying his power. Takeaway: words can betray you. Say less, and let silence speak volumes. Law 5. So much depends on reputation, guard it with your life. Reputation is power's foundation. Lose it, and you are vulnerable. Guard it fiercely, and it will protect you even in absence. Example: Queen Elizabeth I carefully cultivated her reputation for strength and chastity. Even when outnumbered militarily, her reputation rallied her people and deterred invaders. Takeaway: build reputation brick by brick. Defend it as if your life depends on it, because in power, it does. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. What is unseen is powerless. Invisibility is death. To hold influence, you must stand out, attract notice, and ensure your name circulates. Example: P.T. Barnum, the showman, understood this perfectly. He staged outrageous stunts just to keep his name in every paper. Takeaway: do not fade into the background. Cultivate presence, even if it means courting controversy. Better to be attacked than ignored. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. The secret of leverage: let others labor while you collect the reward. Use their knowledge, their skills, their sweat, but ensure the glory flows upward. Example: Thomas Edison is remembered as the great inventor, yet many of his breakthroughs came from assistants and researchers in his lab. Edison mastered the art of credit. Takeaway: delegate the work, absorb the credit. Power thrives on perception, not effort. Law 8: make other people come to you, use bait if necessary. When you chase, you show weakness. When you lure others to your ground, you dictate the terms. Example: during war, Sun Tzu advised generals to make the enemy march into their trap. By shaping the battlefield, they secured victory before the battle even began. Takeaway: reverse pursuit. Draw others in. Control comes from patience and bait. Law 9: win through your actions, never through argument. Words rarely change minds. When you argue, you stir resistance and breed resentment. But action is undeniable. Example: Michelangelo didn't argue about his genius, he revealed it through the majesty of the Sistine Chapel. His art silenced critics more effectively than words ever could. Takeaway: don't waste breath convincing. Demonstrate. Let your results speak so loudly that no one can refute them. Law 10: infection: avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Emotions are contagious. Misery loves company, and if you keep company with the unlucky, their misfortune spreads to you. Example: Lola Montez, the courtesan who entrapped King Ludwig of Bavaria, brought ruin wherever she went. Her beauty blinded Ludwig, but her chaos infected his reign until it collapsed. Takeaway: avoid emotional vampires. Protect yourself from negative influences, and seek alliances with the strong, not the weak. Law 11: learn to keep people dependent on you. The surest way to maintain power is to make others need you. Independence in your allies is danger, dependency is insurance. Example: the Medici family of Florence bankrolled artists, merchants, and rulers. By making others financially dependent on them, they guaranteed influence over the city's destiny. Takeaway: never teach all you know. Keep control of resources, skills, or advantages so people cannot live without you. Law 12: use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. One sincere gesture of honesty can mask dozens of manipulations. A small act of generosity lowers defenses. Example: con man Victor Lustig once sold the Eiffel Tower for scrap metal, twice. He opened the con with moments of frankness, which made his victims believe he was trustworthy. Takeaway: strategic honesty disarms suspicion. Give a little, to take much more. Law 13: when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest. No one cares about your problems. When seeking assistance, frame your request around what benefits them. Example: Cardinal Richelieu, master of French politics, never begged for help. He made every alliance sound like an opportunity for the other party to gain prestige, profit, or protection. Takeaway: flatter self-interest. Show people how helping you advances their own goals. Law 14: pose as a friend, work as a spy. Information is priceless. By seeming like a confidant, you can uncover secrets that would otherwise remain hidden. Example: Cardinal de Retz, a 17th-century French clergyman, infiltrated political circles by pretending to be everyone's ally. He extracted information that allowed him to outmaneuver rivals. Takeaway: be friendly, listen deeply, and watch what others reveal. The one who knows most holds the advantage. Law 15: crush your enemy totally. Mercy leaves room for revenge. If you leave an enemy half destroyed, they will regroup and strike back. Example: in ancient Rome, Scipio Africanus crushed Carthage so completely that the city was erased from history. By contrast, Julius Caesar often spared rivals and was assassinated by men he had forgiven. Takeaway: if you must act against an enemy, act decisively. Half measures create tomorrow's war. Law 16: use absence to increase respect and honor. Presence breeds familiarity. Familiarity breeds contempt. By strategically withdrawing, you heighten your value. Example: Talleyrand, the French diplomat, was infamous for leaving negotiations at the peak of tension. His absence made others chase him, granting him leverage when he returned. Takeaway: don't flood the world with your presence. Leave gaps, and let scarcity magnify your worth. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Predictability breeds comfort. Unpredictability breeds fear. When others cannot anticipate your moves, they hesitate, giving you the upper hand. Example: Ivan the Terrible of Russia intentionally acted irrational and cruel. No one knew if he would reward or execute them. His unpredictability made his court tread lightly, ensuring obedience. Takeaway: be deliberately inconsistent. Keep people off balance, so they can never calculate your next step. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. It's tempting to hide from danger, but walls also cut you off from information and allies. True safety lies in connection, not isolation. Example: the Ming Dynasty emperors isolated themselves in the Forbidden City. Cut off from their people and advisors, they weakened their empire and left themselves vulnerable to collapse. Takeaway: stay visible. Engage with people. Build networks, not fortresses. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. People differ in temperament. Insulting the wrong type can bring ruin. Power requires careful reading of character. Example: in the French court, a minor noble once mocked Cardinal Richelieu. Richelieu never forgot and used his influence to destroy the man's career. Takeaway: study others. Identify who is vengeful, who is powerful, and who can harm you. Avoid unnecessary enemies. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. Commitment ties you down. By remaining independent, you can play one side against the other, keeping all parties eager for your favor. Example: Queen Elizabeth I of England famously refused marriage proposals from powerful monarchs. Her independence allowed her to manipulate kings and keep England's enemies at bay. Takeaway: don't lock yourself into alliances. Stay free, so others compete for your loyalty. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. Appearing smarter than others provokes envy and defense. Appearing weaker or dumber lowers their guard and invites overconfidence. Example: the French con artist Count Victor Lustig once posed as a harmless fool while fleecing America's most notorious gangster, Al Capone. Capone underestimated him, and Lustig walked away with a fortune. Takeaway: feign ignorance. Pretend inferiority. Let others reveal too much, then strike. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. Sometimes resistance only makes you weaker. By surrendering, you buy time, conserve resources, and allow your enemy to overextend. Example: when the Chinese general Han Xin faced overwhelming forces, he feigned surrender. The enemy relaxed, and Han Xin later struck back with devastating force. Takeaway: retreat can be strength. Surrender is not defeat if it allows you to choose the moment of true victory. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Power is diluted when scattered. Focus resources, energy, and time on a single point of impact. Example: Napoleon Bonaparte often concentrated his armies at the decisive point in battle, overwhelming larger forces by focusing on their weakest spot. Takeaway: don't spread yourself thin. Find the leverage point and pour everything into it. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. In power's social arena, charm and subtlety matter more than brute force. The perfect courtier flatters, adapts, and maneuvers gracefully. Example: Baldassare Castiglione's Book of the Courtier described the ideal Renaissance noble: witty, gracious, self-controlled, and skilled at pleasing superiors without seeming desperate. Takeaway: refine your manners. Master flattery without obviousness. Anticipate desires, never offend, and thrive in the dance of power. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Don't accept the roles others assign to you. Power belongs to those who shape their own image. Example: Julius Caesar wasn't just a general. He carefully crafted a persona of elegance, charm, and inevitability. He became more than a man. He became a legend. Takeaway: be the architect of your identity. Reinvent yourself as often as necessary to remain powerful and unforgettable. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. Powerful people must appear spotless. Let others handle the dirty work, while you maintain a pure reputation. Example: King Henry II of England wanted Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, removed. Instead of ordering it directly, his careless words inspired knights to murder Becket for him. Henry distanced himself, avoiding blame. Takeaway: never soil your image with scandal. Use scapegoats and intermediaries to keep your hands clean. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Humans crave belief. Offer them a cause, a story, or a leader to worship and they'll give you loyalty. Example: in the 20th century, Charles Manson attracted devoted followers by promising them meaning in chaos. His cult obeyed him blindly, even to the point of violence. Takeaway: tap into the hunger for faith. Give people rituals, myths, and hope, and they will surrender reason in exchange for belonging. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Hesitation breeds doubt. Boldness breeds confidence. Audacity makes others step aside. Example: Hernán Cortés burned his ships upon landing in Mexico, leaving no path of retreat. His soldiers fought with unmatched boldness, believing conquest was their only option. Takeaway: if you act decisively. Boldness intimidates, timidity invites attack. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Most people think only of the next step. True power requires foresight, envisioning the entire journey and its consequences. Example: in chess, grandmasters win not by reacting but by anticipating several moves ahead. Similarly, Bismarck's unification of Germany was planned years in advance, each war and treaty a step toward his goal. Takeaway: don't stumble into the future. Chart it. Plan to the end so you control the outcome, not fate. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Hard work is admired, but mystery is respected. By concealing the toil behind your triumphs, you magnify their power. Example: the magician Harry Houdini spent countless hours perfecting escapes, but on stage, he made them look casual, as though chains and locks were powerless against him. Takeaway: let others see the glory, not the grind. Hide the sweat, reveal only the brilliance. Law 31. Control the options, get others to play with the cards you deal. The best power play is to make people believe they have choices when in truth, every option benefits you. Example: during elections in ancient Rome, shrewd politicians would back both candidates secretly, ensuring victory whichever way the people voted. Takeaway: frame decisions so all roads lead to your advantage. Give others the illusion of freedom while you control the outcome. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. Reality is harsh. People prefer illusion. If you can feed their fantasies, you gain power over them. Example: the French swindler known as Count Cagliostro promised alchemy and eternal youth. Rational minds doubted him, but his followers clung to the dream because fantasy was sweeter than truth. Takeaway: don't sell facts. Sell dreams. Give people the illusions they crave, and they will follow willingly. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has a weakness, fear, desire, insecurity, or need. Power comes from finding it and pressing it. Example: in Renaissance Italy, Cesare Borgia studied his rivals until he discovered their hidden flaws. With that knowledge, he could bend even the proudest nobles to his will. Takeaway: observe closely. Listen deeply. Everyone has a handle. Once you find it, you control them. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. People judge you by how you carry yourself. If you project confidence and dignity, others treat you with respect. Example: Christopher Columbus faced ridicule when he sought support for his voyage. Yet he carried himself like royalty, speaking as if his discoveries were inevitable. His confidence convinced Queen Isabella to finance him. Takeaway: Hold yourself with self-respect. Act with the presence of a king, and the world will bow to your posture. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Rushing shows desperation. Hesitation shows weakness. True power lies in striking at the right moment. Example: in the stock market crash of 1929, Joseph Kennedy sold his shares just before disaster struck. His timing preserved his fortune and increased his influence. Takeaway: be patient. Study the rhythm of events. When the moment comes, act swiftly and decisively. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Desiring the unattainable makes you look weak. By dismissing what you cannot have, you rob it of power over you. Example: when the Persian king Xerxes invaded Greece, the city of Athens burned rather than surrender. The Greeks disdained loss, turning what seemed like defeat into a rallying cry for ultimate victory. Takeaway: ignore what you can't possess. Indifference is more powerful than frustration or envy. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Dazzling displays capture attention more effectively than argument. Power loves drama. Example: Louis XIV staged elaborate court ceremonies at Versailles. The sheer spectacle kept nobles awestruck and submissive, distracting them from political ambition. Takeaway: master the stage. Use symbols, rituals, and spectacle to mesmerize and control. Law 38. Think as you like but behave like others. Outward conformity protects you. Radical behavior invites attack. Keep your true thoughts private while blending in socially. Example: Galileo believed in heliocentrism but outwardly recanted before the Inquisition. By bending to conformity, he preserved his life and his secret work endured. Takeaway: keep your independence of thought, but disguise it with outward conformity. Appear ordinary while remaining extraordinary inside. Law 39. Stir up the waters to catch fish. Agitation creates opportunity. By unsettling others, you expose weaknesses and make them act rashly. Example: during debates, Muhammad Ali often taunted his opponents, throwing them into emotional chaos. Their anger weakened them, while Ali stayed calm and strategic. Takeaway: provoke, disturb, and confuse. Turbulent waters reveal hidden prey. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. What is free often carries hidden costs. Paying your own way earns independence and respect. Example: when Cornelius Vanderbilt dined with wealthy elites, he insisted on paying his share. This preserved his dignity and signaled that he could not be bought. Takeaway: avoid dependence on free gifts. Invest in yourself. Nothing free is truly without strings. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Succeeding a powerful predecessor is dangerous. You'll be compared endlessly and struggle to shine. Create your own path. Example: Alexander the Great's successors tried to live in his shadow. None matched his brilliance, and their kingdoms crumbled. Meanwhile, Augustus Caesar distanced himself from Julius Caesar's legacy and built his own enduring empire. Takeaway: don't inherit power blindly. Forge new ground so your authority feels original, not borrowed. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Trouble in a group often stems from one strong leader. Remove the source, and the followers disperse. Example: in the 1960s, the FBI targeted the Black Panther Party by focusing on eliminating its leaders, knowing the movement would fracture without them. Takeaway: identify the leader behind dissent. Neutralize them, and resistance dissolves. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Force creates resentment. Persuasion wins loyalty. To hold lasting power, capture people's emotions as well as their minds. Example: Gandhi inspired millions by appealing to both morality and identity. His followers obeyed not out of fear, but devotion. Takeaway: win love, not just obedience. Lasting influence flows from the heart. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. By imitating your enemy's behavior, you strip them of control. Reflection unsettles and angers them. Example: during negotiations, Talleyrand, the French diplomat, would mimic his opponent's mannerisms and words. They grew frustrated and revealed more than they intended. Takeaway: use mirroring as a weapon. Copy gestures, tone, or actions to confuse and weaken opponents. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Society resists radical change. Move too quickly, and you invite backlash. Introduce reforms gradually. Example: the French Revolution sought total change overnight. The sudden upheaval created chaos, terror, and ultimately the rise of Napoleon's dictatorship. Takeaway: pace change carefully. Too much at once leads to rebellion. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Flawlessness inspires envy. Showing small weaknesses makes you more relatable and less threatening. Example: when Pericles of Athens made small mistakes in public, citizens felt closer to him. By contrast, overly perfect figures often became targets of envy and conspiracy. Takeaway: don't flaunt perfection. Allow minor flaws to humanize you. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Success can breed arrogance. If you push beyond the right moment, you risk undoing your own victory. Example: after conquering Persia, Alexander the Great pushed further into India. Exhausted, his troops revolted, forcing him to retreat. His empire began unraveling. Takeaway: know when enough is enough. Stop at the peak before decline begins. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Rigid structures can be attacked. Flexibility cannot. By remaining adaptable, you survive every storm. Example: Bruce Lee embodied this principle in martial arts. Be water, my friend. Water adapts to any shape, never rigid, always flowing. Takeaway: don't let opponents predict or pin you down. Stay fluid, flexible, and formless. Synthesis of the 48 Laws. We've journeyed through Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. A survival guide written not for the faint of heart, but for anyone who wishes to understand the hidden game of influence. Each law is a tool. Some are sharp daggers meant for direct conflict. Others are shields designed to protect. And some are masked illusions to conceal your true intent. Together, they reveal three core truths. 1. Power is relational. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's defined by how others see you, respond to you, and depend on you. 2. Power is perception. Reputation, spectacle, and mystery matter as much as real ability. Appearances often outweigh facts. 3. Power is dynamic. It shifts constantly. To hold it, you must adapt, just as water takes the shape of its container. Ethical considerations and warnings. Greene himself reminds us, these laws are dangerous. They are immoral, not moral. They describe how power works, not how it should work. History shows us that those who ignore power often become victims of it. But those who abuse it recklessly often fall by the same sword they wielded. The wise reader or listener understands that these laws are best used with caution. To defend yourself against manipulation. To recognize the tactics others may use on you. And to advance strategically without self-destruction. Practical action plan. So how do you apply this? Observe. Start by noticing the laws at work around you. In your workplace, your family, your social circles. Who guards their reputation? Who courts attention? Who hides their true intentions? Practice restraint. Resist the urge to expose every tactic you recognize. Sometimes silence and patience are the strongest plays. Experiment carefully. Choose one or two laws that feel most relevant to your situation. Apply them subtly. Watch the results. Stay adaptable. Remember Law 48, assume formlessness. The moment you grow rigid, predictable, or arrogant, you become vulnerable. Closing reflection. Power has toppled empires and created legends. It has corrupted, but it has also built civilizations. The 48 Laws remind us that life is not always fair, not always kind, but it is always shaped by influence. Whether you choose to wield these laws, defend against them, or simply observe them, you are now better prepared for the game that never ends. The Game of Power. Final Call to. Thank you for listening to this complete audiobook summary of the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. If you found value here, don't keep it to yourself. Share this audiobook summary with a friend, colleague, or anyone who needs sharper tools for navigating life's battles. And for more summaries of timeless books on power, strategy, psychology, and success, subscribe to our channel. Your next advantage might be just one audiobook away. Until next time, stay aware, stay adaptable, and remember, true power belongs to those who understand the rules of the game.